Now, in this video, we're gonna discuss the whole idea of bandwagon fans. Everyone says bandwagon this, bandwagon that. You gotta stop being bandwagon, all that shit. I get it. But here's the rare exception. There are some rare exceptions. Every time when something happens, you cannot make absolutes. You cannot generalize on anything because there's always exceptions to the rule. And with that being said, here's some fan bases where if they want to be a fan of another team, I think we should let them. Honestly. You know what I mean? Number one, a Kings fan. Enough said. These motherfuckers haven't made the playoffs since what, 2006? You know what I mean? 2006 haven't made the playoffs. Had DeMarcus Cousins in his prime, wasted it. Had Isaiah Thomas with him, still couldn't get to the playoffs. You know what I mean? Drafted like Thomas Robinson over Damian Lillard. You know what I mean? Could have had fucking Kawhi Leonard, but then you got Jimmer Fredette. You could have had Kawhi Leonard, you could have had Klay Thompson, but no, Jimmer Fredette is the pick, I guess. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know what else to say. The Kings are currently wasting De'Aaron Fox's prime. That motherfucker is about... So, here's the thing. Here's what I don't get about the Kings. They decide to keep the guy on a $30 million contract who's eating up all that cap room, who's been non-committal about being with the Kings, even had rumors that he's tried to request a trade. They keep that guy who by the way, actually hasn't been playing as good as the other guy who's been playing better, who has more potential, who's younger, who's on a rookie contract, and actually said he wants to stay with the Kings for the rest of his career. They trade that guy, and they keep the guy who's not committal about the Kings? Are you serious? Now, this is why they are a joke of a franchise. This is why, man. This is why. All for Sabonis. Really? Is Sabonis gonna get you over the likes of Jokic? Is Sabonis gonna get you over the likes of Anthony Davis when he eventually gets his shit together? You know what I mean? Is Sabonis gonna get you over the Warriors, the Jazz, the Grizzlies, like any of these teams? Is Sabonis supposed to get Karl-Anthony Towns? Fuck it, like, is getting him supposed to do any of that shit? No, it's not. So why'd you do it? I have no clue. I don't know, man. The Kings are just the gift that keeps on giving. So you decide because you don't like his attitude or some shit. I don't know why. I understand why the Suns passed up on Luka because him and Booker do the same shit. But why the fuck did the Kings pass up on Luka? What excuse do the Kings... Oh yeah, he's gonna affect De'Aaron Fox? No, I don't want to hear that shit. Why did the Kings pass... Everyone wants to talk about, oh yeah, what if the Suns had Luka? They got DeAndre Ayton! If I'm not mistaken, this motherfucker was averaging 20 and 10. He's obviously not Luka and Trae Young, but he's pretty damn good. What's Marvin Bagley doing? Oh wait, he's not on the team anymore. He's on the Pistons. I forgot. So yeah, Kings fan. Good luck, man. Good luck. All I'm gonna say, Pistons fan, understand your pain. I understand that shit. If you do not want to be a Pistons fan anymore, I understand. Cade Cunningham is starting to become a beacon of hope, but at the same time, the Pistons are still trash. So, if you would like to stop being a Pistons fan, I would understand. Let's think about it. So they had that whole Chauncey Billups, Ben Wallace roster, but then they got rid of Ben Wallace in his prime while they were still championship contender. They decided to let Ben Wallace walk in his prime for no fucking reason. There's no reason. They decide to replace him with a washed-up Chris Webber. Decide that's a good idea. So, yeah. That's the first thing. Second thing we gotta talk about. Second thing we gotta talk about is from that point on, from I think 2008, they made the playoffs till like 2019 when they had that one fluke ass year with Blake Griffin. What did they do? Nothing. They did nothing. They traded Chauncey. Okay, so they let Ben Wallace, who was their best player in his prime, walk for a washed-up Chris Webber. They let their franchise point guard leave, who dictated the offense, for Iverson, who's literally known to be a shot jacker. What the Pistons needed was playmaking. They did not need more scoring. They needed a playmaker. And the same season in which Allen Iverson wasn't even on the team by the end of the season, and they got fucking obliterated in the first round. Don't even know how they made the first round against the Cavs. That same season, my man Chauncey Billups get this team to the conference finals. So that's another team. And then they decide to go all in. They have this one fluke run in 2016 where they get swept by the Cavs, who end up winning the championship, and they think, oh yeah, we're the shit. Let's get Blake Griffin and we're gonna do something. But guess what? What happened? They got swept again. So they made the playoffs twice. They got the AC, got swept both times. They had this weird ass roster. They had Chris Middleton, Greg Monroe. They had this promising roster. They had to fuck it up by getting Josh Smith. You know, they gave Josh Smith that weird ass contract. And then they get Andre Drummond. And then they screw Andre Drummond over. And then they have Reggie Jackson. And then they screw him over by getting Derrick Rose and doing all this bullshit. And then they give up a farm for Blake Griffin. You know what I mean? A bunch of players who they could have potentially used in the future. They had Tobias Harris, they had Avery Bradley, they had all the shit they could have used. You know what I mean? For what? For what? For nothing. For nothing. That's exactly what it is. It's for nothing. It's for nothing, man. Because at the end of the day, they got one fluke playoff. They had one fluke playoff appearance, got swept, had another fluke playoff appearance, which is $34 million more expensive with the Blake Griffin. They squeezed out one season of Blake Griffin, then Blake Griffin said he was done with the team. So yeah, and now they're about to waste Cade Cunningham's career because they have a guy who plays the same position as him in Killian Hayes when they do the same shit. You know what I mean? So I don't know what they're going to do with that. They're going to have to trade Killian Hayes. Maybe they go out and get Colin Sexton. I don't know. I have no clue. But they got to get someone because Killian Hayes clearly is not the answer. I don't know why the fuck they decided to get Killian Hayes and Cade Cunningham in the same draft. That's just, I don't get it. I don't know, man. The Pistons, you would think that if you have a point guard, you would think that if you're the Pistons, if you're going to get Cade Cunningham, you trade Killian Hayes. Or if you want to keep Killian Hayes, you get a big man like Evan Mobley. Look what he's doing for the Cavs. The Cavs have made the playoffs for the first time since LeBron left, which has never happened. The Cavs have never since LeBron has gotten drafted, ever since he left, they have not made the playoffs. Guess what? This motherfucker, Evan Mobley, is getting them to the playoffs. I don't want to hear shit about Darius Garland. I don't want to hear shit about Jared Allen. If all those contributions would not mean shit, because they had all those guys. They had all those guys last season. They had Darius Garland. They had a full season of full season of healthy Collin Sexton. They had Jared Allen. And guess what? They didn't do shit. But guess what? They get Evan Mobley. They be popping. They're popping. They're popping. All right. So yeah. Pistons fan would not want to be that. Definitely would not want to be that. Wizards fan also would not want to be that. So let's get this straight. You waste your franchise point guard's prime in John Wall because he can't ever stay healthy. You waste your franchise point guard John Wall's prime because his backcourt mate Bradley Beal can't stay healthy, and then you later go on to waste Bradley Beal's prime because his backcourt mate John Wall can't stay healthy. And then you got one fluke season where they actually made it to the second round, almost made it to the conference finals, and they decided it's a good idea to pay Otto Porter $25 million. They decided it's a good idea to overpay the entire goddamn roster instead of maybe using some of that cap space to sign some players that'd be a lot cheaper, that'd be a lot more efficient. And then I'm like, maybe they get another center other than fucking Marcin Gortat. Maybe they don't have Marquise Morris as their starter. Maybe they let Otto Porter walk and use that shit. You know what's funny? They had a chance to get Boogie Cousins that offseason, but they decided to say, oh no, fuck Boogie. They decided, oh no, fuck Boogie Cousins. Let's go re-sign Otto Porter. And this is prime Boogie. This is not current Boogie Cousins. This is 26 and 12 Boogie Cousins. This is getting ridiculous Boogie Cousins. Is that Boogie Cousin we're talking about? They had a chance to get him, but no, we wanted to keep Otto Porter. Oh my god! Even though you literally have Kelly Oubre for a reason. You know what I mean? You have Kelly Oubre for a reason in case you lose Otto Porter. But no, fuck Kelly Oubre, I guess. And then you trade Kelly Oubre for Trevor Ariza for no reason. Because, like, what ended up happening? You never replaced him. You never ended up replacing him because Rui Hachimura is not a small forward. Kyle Kuzma is not a small forward. They're both power forwards, so you still don't have a small forward because Denny Avdija is trash. You know what I mean? And then, like, what is it? The Corey Kispert? I don't know who the hell that dude is, but he's clearly not good. Your second best player is literally Kyle Kuzma, who is literally the reason the dude the Lakers have been trying to get rid of for years. The same guy the Lakers have been trying to get rid of for years is your second best player. And now Bradley Beal's a free agent. And now this motherfucker is probably not going to re-sign with y'all. He's probably done with y'all. And y'all he might just leave for nothing because he's an unrestricted free agent. You decided to not trade him before he got injured, so now he's injured, you can't trade him. So, would not want to be a Wizard fan. Magic fan. Moving on to Magic. So, I can't say this is the Magic's fault because Dwight Howard was the one who wanted to leave for no reason. Like, Dwight Howard was doing just fine in Orlando, and for some fucking reason, he just had to leave. He just wanted to go to LA. He wanted to be the star. He wanted to do all that shit. He just blew him on the face. So I can't blame them for that. But what I can blame them is it's not even for drafting. Because the players they drafted were pretty damn talented. Like Victor Oladipo coming out of the draft was looking like a stud. And then they just wasted his talent. Sabonis, you see what he's doing now. He wasn't looking like that on the Magic. Actually no, he never played for the Magic. He went straight to the Thunder, I just realized. So they traded Oladipo and Sabonis for Ibaka when they literally have another center. They have Mo Bamba. They have all these guys. It's like now let's look at their current roster. Let's look at how their current roster is set up. They have like four point guards. They have Jalen Suggs. They have Cole Anthony. They have Markelle Fultz. And then they have, I think, one more guy. I forgot who the other guy was. They have those three I know for sure. I forgot. I know they had one more guy. So it was Fultz, Suggs. It was Fultz, Suggs, Anthony. Fuck, I forgot who the fourth guy was. But yeah, I don't know who that fourth guy was. But they have all these guards. They have Mo Bamba and Wendell Carter. I don't know what the hell is the point of having both of those guys. You know what I mean? They have overrated ass Franz Wagner, who literally had one 50-point game, and all of a sudden he's the best rookie in this year's draft. So where's the Magic going? Someone tell me. Oh yeah, and then they also have like a bunch of power forwards. They have Jonathan Isaac. They have Chuma Okeke. So I don't know what the hell they're gonna do with their power forwards. I don't know what the hell they're gonna do with their guards. I don't know what the hell they're gonna do with their centers. So there is not one position I can safely say is set on the Magic. I can't say Jalen Suggs is perfect. I can't say he's a franchise shooting guard. I can't say Markelle Fultz or Cole Anthony is I can say they're a starting point guard. I can't say they're a franchise point guard. I can't say Wendell Carter is I can't say he's a franchise center, nor can I say Mo Bamba is a franchise center. Definitely can't say Mo Bamba. No, you definitely can't say Chuma Okeke or Jonathan Isaac is a franchise power forward. So really, you got all these young players with all this potential, but no superstar. No one to put them over the top. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the Clippers before they got Wilder and Paul George. They had all these guys. They had Lou Williams, Montrezl Harrell, Danilo Gallinari, all this shit. But guess what? They didn't win shit because they had like the best chemistry of all time, but they didn't win shit because they didn't have that superstar. They didn't have that superstar. You know what I mean? It's that simple. I could probably think of a better example, but it's just not coming to my head. But it's just like, you could have, or the Philadelphia 76ers of a few years ago. They had Andre Iguodala, they had Drew Holiday, they had like Thaddeus Young. They had a really good-ass roster. But guess what? They didn't have a superstar. So they were always AC. They got bounced. They had a really, really good-ass roster. No superstar. They got their ass bounced. Those Bulls teams, when Derrick Rose was hurt, really good-ass rosters. Didn't have a superstar. Ah, fuck me. Shit. Ah, what the hell? Ah, fuck, okay. Okay, anyways, so, yeah, for those fan bases, Kings fans of the world, Magic fans of the world, Wizards fans of the world, Pistons fans of the world, if you want to just, like, go ahead and root for Miami this year, go ahead and root for Philadelphia this year, go ahead and root for the Warriors this year, shit. Go ahead and root for my Suns this year. I would get it. I'm all for you, man. I'm all for you. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. I have no problem against you doing that. No problem. Y'all wanna root for... Y'all wanna root for us? Y'all wanna root for the top teams? Y'all wanna root for the Bucks? Go ahead. We welcome you, man. Welcome to the fam. Hey, you hear me? Welcome to the fam. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, I wouldn't want to be you in a million years. I would never want to be a Kings fan. Never want to be a Pistons fan. Never want to be a Wizards fan. Would never want to be a Magic fan. Would never even be... Now, Clippers, I've had to deal with heartbreak, but at least I have the expectation that they're going to be in the playoffs every year, and they're going to compete every year. You know what I mean? With these teams, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to compete. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get in the playoffs. You know what I mean? I lost my Clippers. I lost Clippers fanhood, basically once all that shit happened, like once that whole Lob City shit happened, it was starting to be the beginning of the end. Number one, they forced Chris Paul out of the door for no goddamn reason, because they wanted to keep Blake Griffin, Mr. choking ass Blake Griffin himself, Mr. can never stay healthy to save his life, Blake Griffin himself. You know what I mean? They wanted to keep that motherfucker over the motherfucker who's gotten them to the playoffs all those years. They wouldn't have gotten to the play. They tried the whole Blake Griffin experiment. Remember his rookie season, rookie of the year, 23 and 12. Guess what? They didn't do shit. But you know what they did with Chris Paul? They made the playoffs in what? 2012, 2013, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. They had 6 years where they had a chance to compete for a championship, and they were among the top 5 favorites to compete for the championship, all because of the greatness, the absolute monstrous greatness of Chris Paul. Yet Blake Griffin is their priority? Really? So first there's that. First there's the fact that they prioritize Blake Griffin, and then they decide to trade Blake Griffin right after they handed him the key to the franchise. And they did that, and then they didn't get shit for DeAndre Jordan at the deadline. You know what I mean? They literally just let DeAndre Jordan walk for nothing. They could have literally gotten that Clippers pick. The Cavs were literally prepared to trade the Brooklyn Nets pick and Tristan Thompson for DeAndre Jordan, and they said no to that. We were about to get Kevin Durant, but Doc Rivers said no to that either because he wanted to sign Austin Rivers. You know what I mean? And then to add on to that, we get all these players, we do good for that 1 year, and then instead of deciding to embrace that team, we decide to get rid of that entire roster. We get rid of Gilgeous-Alexander. We get rid of Gallinari. We get rid of most of the identity of that roster for Kawhi Leonard and then Paul George. Really? Paul George. I would understand if we got Kevin Durant or some shit, but Paul George, really? Not James Harden, not Bradley Beal, Paul George? Couldn't be me, man. Couldn't be me. Even though Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are damn near the same fucking player, they could have gotten James Harden, didn't want him. They could have gotten Bradley Beal, didn't want him. But I mean, Paul George, man. Paul George. Oh my God, Paul George. Yes, let's have the same exact player as Kawhi Leonard, because that's gonna work out perfectly. When one of them just magically decides to play better without the other, because they have the same exact play style. And then they do that shit, and that's not even the worst part. The worst part is instead of deciding to, because before, the Clippers were always about, everyone always talks shit about the Clippers. Oh yeah, this is always going to be a Lakers town, blah blah blah. And I used to take offense to that. I was like, yo, we're here too. We're better than the Lakers are right now. But guess what? We took that shit in stride. During the Lob City era, we said, haha, it's a Lakers town, fuck y'all. We gonna make the playoffs every year, we gonna compete for a championship every year. Meanwhile, your trash-ass Lakers are gonna be winning 20 games every year. We took that shit in stride. We took that shit in with pride. We were like, fuck y'all. You know what I mean? We took that shit with pride. We were like, okay, we'll prove it to you. You know what I mean? Obviously, we didn't win a championship because we can't guard Josh Smith and Corey Brewer, but we went out and let our games do the talking. But meanwhile, this Clippers team, it's all talk. Oh yeah, we rule Clippers town, and also the worst part is not even that. The worst part is, where did all the real Clippers fans go? Because I remember there used to be so many real, genuine Clippers fans, like the Billy Crystals of the world, motherfuckers that just wanted the Clippers to win, since they never won since like the 1970s when they had Bob McAdoo. They just wanted them to win. For once they wanted this trash-ass franchise to win. You know what I mean? The Lob City era, they're like, oh yeah, we're finally good. We want these motherfuckers to win. You know what I mean? Lob City, this is a fun-ass team to watch. We want these motherfuckers to win. But now that they got Kawhi Leonard and they got Paul George, they all want to start. I don't know where all the real fans went. They just disappeared. And then came all these LeBron haters who are all of a sudden quote-unquote Clippers fans just because they hate LeBron so much and they want to crown Kawhi Leonard as the new king of LA. That's when I was like, okay, now I'm done with this team. When y'all want to crown Kawhi Leonard as the new king of the NBA, a man who has had one great year. There's 1 year I could say, or maybe 2 years. I could say he had 2 great years. His 2017 season and his 2019 season. Those are 2 great years. Over a guy who, at that point, was already a 3-time champion, already a 3-time Final MVP. We already know his accolades. Came back from 3-1 against the greatest team. But all of a sudden, because he has one bad season, because he gets hurt and the team goes from the 4th seed to like the 9th seed. When he gets hurt, now all of a sudden y'all are the kings of LA. You know what I mean? Y'all used to take that shit in stride. Y'all used to say, okay, y'all thought we're not the kings, we'll prove it to y'all. Y'all let the game do your talk. And then y'all started barking. And then y'all got Patrick Beverley talking shit. I don't even have a problem with Patrick Beverley. I actually think Patrick Beverley's kind of amusing. But this dude, Marcus Morris, is a fucking bitch, bro. And why did you get Marcus Morris? It's even more repetition. You already have Kawhi Leonard. You already have Paul George. You have enough motherfuckers doing the same thing. And then you get Marcus Morris, who does the same shit, and he just does dirty play after dirty play. This dude just starts a fight every other fucking game. He tries to injure players every other fucking game. He jacks up 20 shots like he's fucking the next coming of like Kevin Durant, which he's not. You know what I mean? So, what was the point of all this? What was the point of any of this? Someone please tell me, because y'all ain't winning the championship anytime soon. It's not happening. Warriors, they looking stacked. The Suns will be looking stacked. You know what I mean? Grizzlies, they'll be good for a long time. So your championship window is closing. It's over. Y'all are finished. And I disowned y'all the second that y'all lost your identity. Because we had the whole thing about the Clippers was we had this underdog mentality. The Lakers are the kings. The Lakers are the kings of LA? Well, fuck y'all. We will go out and prove to you. But guess what? Nope. Now y'all want to do the barking. Now y'all want to say, oh, we're kings of LA. So you're being just as bad as those Lakers fans that you mock so much. You're looking just as bad as those guys. And that's when I started to lose my. That's when I started to lose my loyalty to the Clippers. Once they started doing that shit, I was done, man. I was done. That was the final straw. But I went on a huge ass tangent. But basically, there's some fan bases that I did not name. I did not name them Thunder fans. Because guess what? Y'all have been a championship contender for a decade. And y'all blew it. Just y'all gotta accept it. y'all had Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden all together on the same fucking team, and Serge Ibaka, by the way. You know what I mean? And Kendrick Perkins, all those motherfuckers, and Jeff Green, all those motherfuckers on the same team, and y'all blew it. Y'all gotta accept it. Y'all just gotta accept it. Y'all gotta take the L for that, man. Y'all gotta take the L for that. And not only that, y'all literally have like 20 first round picks. So any fucking player that you want, if you want Mikey Williams, if you want Bronny, if you want whoever the next Or if you want like fucking what is it? Amani Bates, who's supposed to be next to Kevin Durant, y'all could just trade up half your picks to get those players. You know what I mean? So there's no reason for any Thunder fan. And then you also got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's obviously a franchise point guard, who's proven to be that. So y'all got nothing to complain about. I don't want to hear Thunder fans saying shit. I think most Thunder fans aren't saying shit. I think most Thunder fans are actually happy about their team. But at the same time, I don't want to hear them complain. I know they're not complaining, but I don't want to hear them complain either. Rockets fans, I don't want to hear y'all bitch. Wow. Because I've heard I don't think I've heard Thunder fans bitch, but I've heard Rockets fans bitching. What was this whole talk about? Oh yeah, we have the best young core in the league. Oh my god, we got Christian Wood, we got Kevin Porter Jr., we got Jalen Green, we got Alfred Sengun, we got Jay Sean Tate, whoever the fuck that was. You know what I mean? What was all that talk? What was all that talking about? What was all that talking about? Oh yeah, we got the best league, Josh Christopher, whatever the fuck his name is. You know what I mean? All that talk. Talk. Ain't doing shit. Number one, they ain't doing shit. And also, you had that window with James Harden open for years. That motherfucker came over in 2012 and was on the team till 2020. And y'all did nothing. Y'all did absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? Y'all got nothing to blame. Y'all got no one to blame but yourselves for that. It's that simple. Y'all got no one to blame but yourselves for that. It's that fucking simple. It's really just that fucking simple. And I mean, you did get a few first round picks, but those are Brooklyn Nets first round picks. And if the Brooklyn Nets manage to retain their talent, those first round picks are going to be in the late 20s. So you don't even have your own first round picks because you used all those picks to trade for Russell Westbrook, and you almost fucked over Chris Paul's career in the process because James Harden's a bitch and can't get along with anyone, even though Chris Paul was the reason he damn near went to an NBA Finals and won a championship, and he couldn't win a single game without him when he was up 3-2. So like, yeah, I mean, I don't want to hear Rockets fans say shit. I don't want a single peep from Rockets fans. I just want to hear, oh yeah, we're looking forward to the draft. That's all I want to hear. I don't want to hear shit about, oh yeah, this team is trash, we have no future, we're trash. I don't want to hear any shit. None of that shit. None of that shit. Now we're going to Pelicans fans. Pelicans fans, I don't want to hear shit. Y'all had Anthony Davis for a decade. Did nothing with him. Y'all picked Zion and completely mismanaged the situation. Completely mismanaged the situation. Just let this motherfucker do whatever the fuck he wants. Let him go out and eat gumbo. Let him go out and do all this shit. Let him do whatever the fuck he wants. You know what I mean? Y'all did all this shit to cater to Zion, and he still wants to leave y'all. What was this all for? What was this all for? Because if I were the Pelicans, what I would immediately, before I make that number one pick, what I would immediately ask Zion is, do you want to be in New Orleans? This is very important, because Eli Manning, he requested a trade when he didn't want to be a Charger. John Elway, he did the same shit when he didn't want to be a Colt. So I would have asked Zion, you're a big star, you want to go to a big market, are you sure you want to be in New Orleans? Because you know how many first round picks they could have gotten for that? Are you... Oh my god, I can't even imagine how many first round picks y'all could have gotten for that. Holy shit. Dude, if y'all had traded the number one... Dude, you already have like, what, 4 first round picks, plus Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, all those boys. You know what I mean? Like, imagine if y'all had just traded that number one pick. So you have all those picks. You have all those picks from the Anthony Davis trade, and you get even more picks from this trade. And guess what? Y'all could have been adding up talent more and more every year, and you could have been like the Thunder. If you wanted to get a player, you could have traded up for a player. But instead, no, you want to get Zion, because he's this and he's that. Even though you knew that because he's such a he's such a my way or the highway type player, he wants to be the star all the time, you knew eventually something was gonna budge. But you didn't do anything about it. You did nothing about it, and now you're fucked. So, you gave Anthony Davis nothing but an injury-prone ass Drew Holiday for years. You know what I mean? You gave him nothing but an injury-prone ass Drew Holiday for years. You completely mismanaged the Zion situation. Probably could have gotten a fucking haul for trading that number 1 pick. Like, the amount of picks you would have gotten. Oh my god. Holy shit. Dude, like 4 first-round picks for the Anthony Davis trade, plus another... I can't even I don't know. The amount of picks, like, the Pelicans would be in, like, OKC Thunder level territory when it came to picks, man. Like, holy crap, man. I'm not even gonna try to imagine that shit, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna try to imagine that shit. But, at the end of the day, y'all did not do the right thing, and now Zion is probably gonna end up in New York with his buddy RJ, all because y'all didn't have the balls to stick your hair out your chest to say, we got you, CJ McCollum. You know what I mean? We got you, these guys. At least respond to us. You know what I mean? You didn't have the fucking balls to do that. Y'all didn't have the balls to do that shit, and y'all wasted Anthony Davis' prime. So y'all get what you fucking deserve. And even either way, you're gonna get a few players and picks back for Zion, and you have Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum. I mean, you should have kept Lonzo Ball. I don't know why the hell you let Lonzo Ball walk, but you let Lonzo Ball walk for some reason, even though Devontae Graham and CJ McCollum are the same fucking player. So now, yeah, Pelicans fans, no reason. I don't want to hear any fucking reason. Y'all had talent and squandered it. Time and time again. I don't want to hear any reason. Y'all had your chance, you blew it. Blew it. I want to hear y'all switching sides. Fuck that. Y'all had your chance, you blew it. Y'all just gotta take the L. Now, 2 fan bases I am on the fence about. Number 1 are Pacers fans. Now, Pacers fans, I think there's an argument to be made on both sides here, because the Pacers have always been a stable organization, always around that 4th, 5th seed, never like a championship contender. But they had a guy by the name of Paul George, who was 1 game away from being LeBron James, and then they had the best record in the league the next year. The Miami Heat were way worse, and they decide to trade one of their key veteran players and mess up the entire locker room. They decide to just mess up the chemistry for no damn reason. They get Evan Turner, which messed up the chemistry. They get Andrew Bynum, which also messed up the chemistry. And they just completely fell apart. And then Paul George decided to be a hoe and sleep with Roy Hibbert's girl. So, that was just... 2014 was the year y'all could have won the championship, by the way. If y'all had just kept that shit up at the All-Star break, like, for the rest of the season, I mean, the Spurs, they were good, but they didn't have the athleticism. They didn't have the athleticism, the youth, and, like, the shooting that y'all had. You know what I mean? And they didn't have the superstar talent that y'all have in Paul George. They had Kawhi Leonard, but at that time, Kawhi Leonard was just a solid starter. He wasn't a superstar yet. So y'all really could have won the championship that year. But at the same time, in recent years, you mismanaged the Victor Oladipo situation. I mean, you got Tyrese Halliburton now, who I guess is going to be your new star. You traded away Caris LeVert. You just got Caris LeVert, then you traded him away. It's like, I don't know. You keep Miles Turner over Sabonis, even though Sabonis was the franchise player, but you decided to keep Miles Turner over. So I don't know. There's some where I say, okay, you know what? you blew it. There's others where I say, okay, this is a poverty franchise. So I'm on the fence about the Pacers. I'm very much on the fence about the Pacers. Another team I'm on the fence about is the Knicks. The Knicks. We all know about the Knicks. Dear old Knicks, you know what I mean? Every fucking Sports Center, all because Stephen A. Smith runs Sports Center. Every fucking Sports Center post, oh my god, the Knicks are a travesty. Knicks are this, Knicks are that. Always talking about the Knicks. Guess what? They're the fucking 12th seed. No one gives a fuck about the Knicks. Stop talking about the Knicks. You know what I mean? Let's talk about the team that actually has a chance to win a championship even though they're the 8th seed. Let's talk about the team that swindled 3 starters for James Harden who's going to end up choking the playoffs. Let's talk about that team. Let's talk about that team on the other side of New York. You know what I mean? Let's talk about that team, please. But in terms of the Knicks, y'all could have signed Kevin Durant, but y'all greedy asses are like, oh, we don't want to wait a year for Kevin Durant. Oh my god. We don't want to wait a year for Kevin Durant. Oh my god. Like, we really don't want to wait a year for Kevin Durant. So, y'all did not want to wait a year for Kevin Durant. And why? Why not? Y'all couldn't have done the same shit that Brooklyn did? Like, what is the harm in waiting a year? What is that gonna do? Y'all have Kevin fucking Durant! Like, what's the harm in waiting 1 year, bro? I get it, y'all are starving. That brother's starving. Like Malcolm X said, that brother's starving. But y'all really couldn't wait 1 year? 1 year was the difference between you getting Kevin Durant and not getting Kevin Durant. Because he wanted to go to he was desperate to go to the Knicks. But y'all didn't want him, so he's like, fuck y'all, I'm gonna go to Brooklyn. Since y'all don't want me, I'm going to the other side of New York. I'm going to Brooklyn. I mean, it's a shame. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you mismanaged. So that was one where it's like, you had your chance, blew it. But then, at the other token, you have a superstar in Porzingis, but I don't know. You mismanage the entire Carmelo Anthony situation. You keep him for entirely too long when you probably could have gotten a first-round pick back in 2017 had you just traded him, or you could have let him. You could have let him walk in free agency and be like. Because even though Carmelo Anthony wanted to sign with the Knicks didn't have to take him back. The Knicks could have said, no, we don't want you back. We're trying to rebuild. And you know what they could have done? They could have just tanked, bro. They could have just been tanking, getting picks after picks after picks. I mean, they got Porzingis. That's a move, right? They get Porzingis. Next thing you know, maybe 2016, they'll go out and get Brandon Ingram or Ben Simmons or one of those guys. You know what I mean? Oh, what the hell? Maybe the next year, they go out and get. Let's see. Fuck, I forgot who's the number 1 pick in the 2018 draft. Ah, shit. Okay. So I know 2017 was that whole Markelle Fultz, Lonzo Ball, Jason Tatum. Who the hell was 2018, bro? Shit. I don't even. Okay. Yeah, okay. Here's the thing. I know 2016 was Brandon Ingram, Ben Simmons, that draft. I know 2017 was Lonzo Ball. And Markelle Fultz and Jason Tatum, that draft. What the hell was 2018, bro? Oh my god. Oh yeah, fuck me. That was the Luka Ayton Bagley draft. Or Trae Young. Yeah, okay. You know what I just realized? If y'all had just played your cards right, Y'all could have kept. Y'all could have just had. Y'all could have had Porzingis. You know, you already had the worst record that year. Y'all could have had Porzingis. Y'all could have had Porzingis. Y'all could have had Trae Young. And then in 2017, y'all could have had Jason Tatum. Okay, no, let's think about this shit. Let's say you guys were to just tank all those years, right? Let's say you guys were just tank all those years. Just like pick after pick after pick, because at that time, tanking for the #1 pick actually meant something. Now it doesn't mean shit, because everyone had the same probability, but at that time it actually meant something. So, let's say you get the #1 pick, 2015. In 2015, you get Porzingis. 2016, you get Ben Simmons. 2017, you get Jason Tatum. 2018, because Jason Tatum was like, there was a real argument that he should have been the #1 pick. Because, okay, here's the thing, they wouldn't need a point guard because they already had Markelle Fultz. And they're not stupid like the Sixers, so they're not going to put Markelle Fultz and Ben Simmons. So then, okay, think about this shit. You would now have Porzingis, Ben Simmons, Jason Tatum. Need I say more? Need I say more? And then maybe, let's say, in the 2018 draft, right? 2018 draft, I mean, Trae Young fell to number 5. So y'all still probably would have been a lottery team. So y'all still could have probably, and he was number 5. So y'all still could have gotten a top 5 pick and got Trae Young. So yeah, y'all could have got Trae Young too. So let's think about that. Okay. So now. Now let's look. Okay, and then you get Trae Young, right? And then in 2019, you go out and get. Oh wait, hold on. Let me see. Yeah, okay, because at this point, their roster would have probably been, like, pre-filled out, right? So maybe you're a little bit better this year. Go out and get a shooter like Mikal Bridges. So let's think about this team for a second, alright? Let's think about the team you could have had if you didn't just waste all that time with Carmelo Anthony. And what you would have had you not done that shit. So 2015, still got Porzingis. 2015, you still get Porzingis. 2016, you get Ben Simmons. So you got Porzingis and Ben Simmons, right? Porzingis and Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons doesn't play for a year. And then 2017, y'all get Jason Tatum. So that's 3. And then there was 3. You know what I mean? And then 2018, y'all could have gotten Trae Young because he was picked number 5. He fell to number 5, so y'all still could have gotten a top 5 pick. You get Trae Young. So far we got Trae Young, Ben Simmons, Porzingis, and Jason Tatum. And 2019, y'all could have just gotten a shooter to round out the roster in Mikal Bridges. So think about this fucking starting lineup. Think about the starting lineup that y'all could have had. Y'all could have had Ben Simmons, Trae Young. Yeah, y'all could have had Trae Young, Ben Simmons, Mikal Bridges, Jason Tatum, and Kristaps Porzingis. But instead, y'all want to, oh my god, Carmelo Anthony. he's a diehard Nick. Oh my god, blah 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 blah. So y'all could have done that, but oh my god, you want to keep Carmelo Anthony, and you got a chance to get Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant wanted to sign with y'all, but y'all were too concerned about, oh my god, he's Achilles injury, he's gonna miss the entire season, what's gonna happen? And then you go out and say, oh yeah, we don't need Porzingis, we got Julius Randle. And then look at what Julius Randle is doing now. He had one bad season, then one good season, then he swindled y'all for like $36 million, and now you're stuck with him, and now you're gonna try to get rid of him. So now you got Julius Randle, who can't really shoot, who's inefficient. You have RJ Barrett, who's good and has potential, but he's inconsistent and he can't be your star player. And now you're gonna have to trade half these players just for a chance to get a guy like Damian Lillard. And now you're gonna have to trade another half these players just to get a guy like Zion. So now you're gonna have Zion, you're gonna have Dame, you're gonna have Zion, you're gonna have Dame, you're gonna have RJ. But who the hell is gonna fill out the rest of the roster? Number one. Okay, maybe you keep Mitchell Robinson. Fuck it. Let's just say you have Zion, Dame, Mitchell Robinson, and RJ Barrett. Yeah. Okay, point guard, small forward, power forward, center. So y'all with depth, and then you got Evan Fournier there for a reason. Oh yeah, I just realized y'all got Evan Fournier. Y'all didn't even decide the shooter. Okay, y'all are good then. Okay. Let me ask you this. Let's put these two rosters side by side. Ben Simmons, Trae Young, Mikal Bridges, Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis. That's roster A. Roster B: Damian Lillard, Evan Fournier, RJ Barrett, Zion Williamson, Mitchell Robinson. Let me ask you this. Let's be real here. Who are you taking? I'll end the video off on that. Leave in the comments who you're taking, Team A or Team B. I want to hear. But yeah, like I said, Knicks fans, I'm on the fence because there's a lot of shit. You know, they had a chance to get KD, Kyrie, they blew it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you know what I mean? They shouldn't have signed Carmelo Anthony. Even if they had Carmelo Anthony, they could have traded him for like a first-round pick because the Clippers were desperate to win that year because that was like the last year of that team being put together. So y'all could have got a first-round pick that year too. But yet again, this faggot Doc Rivers didn't want to trade his son, so he didn't want to let go of his son for Kevin Durant. He didn't want to let go of his son for Carmelo Anthony. So basically, Doc Rivers' logic is my son is more valuable than a top 20 small forward of all time and a top 10 small forward of all time. I don't know if y'all put Carmelo Anthony in your top 20, but I'm going to put him in my top 20. So basically, Austin Rivers, according to Doc Rivers' logic, Austin Rivers is more valuable than a top 20 small forward and a top 10 small forward of all time. So, at the same time, I do feel for that Porzingis injury. I do feel for all the shit that happened after that. You know what I mean? The whole Phil Jackson fiasco, I feel for that. So, like I said, I'm leaning more towards that I have no sympathy for your fan base. I'm leaning a lot more towards that. At the same time, I could see where you're coming from. So I'm 70% no excuse, 30% a little bit of an excuse. But that's why I said I'm on the fence. That's why it's not 100%. I'm on the fence. So yeah, that's it. Those are the teams, man. If you're a Kings fan, if you're a Pistons fan, if you're a Wizards fan, if you're a Magic fan, completely understand. Y'all want to start bandwagoning the Warriors, Suns, the Bucks, the Bulls, all these teams looking really hot right now. The Sixers looking really hot right now. I get it. Go right on ahead. Yeah, Kings, Pistons, Wizards, Magic, go on ahead. All these other teams, No way. No way. Fuck y'all. Like I said, Pacers, Knicks, 50-50. But other teams, no way. Fuck y'all.